Are your dark roots actually making your grey hair look more obvious and aging you faster than you think? Because the truth is, the darker your hair, the harsher your grey roots show. And today, you'll finally understand why. Stay with me, because in this video, you'll learn the simple colour shift that instantly softens grey roots, makes your features look younger, and helps you transition with confidence. Let's break it all down, starting with why dark hair fights against your greys. When your hair is very dark, every new grey strand shows up almost immediately. It sits right on top of that deep colour and seems to catch light in a way that makes it shine even brighter. Under natural sunlight or indoor lighting, those first few grey hairs almost glow, which makes the regrowth line appear sharper and far more noticeable. Many women in their 50s and beyond describe it as feeling like the grey is announcing itself before they even have time to process it. That constant and intense contrast can add years to your look, even when the rest of your style feels youthful and put together. Grey hair also behaves differently on a visual level. It reflects light instead of absorbing it, which creates a strong contrast next to dark shades like deep brown or black. When the two textures sit side by side, the grey can appear wiry, dry, or more stubborn, even if you follow a solid hair care routine. The difference in light reflection can bring extra attention to areas of the face that already feel more delicate with age. Features can appear more pronounced, and the overall expression can look tired or drawn simply because the dark colour is creating too much visual intensity around the face. Another detail many women do not realize is how much the skin tone shifts as the years go by. Skin becomes softer, often a little paler, and it naturally loses some of the depth and elasticity it once had. When you pair this softer, more delicate complexion with a very dark hair color, the contrast can become overwhelming. Deep shades can amplify fine lines, deepen shadows near the eyes and mouth, and pull the overall brightness out of your complexion. Even if you are well rested and feeling good, the hair color can create a heavier and more severe look that does not represent how you actually feel. With that contrast in mind, the next chapter explains how a softer color shift can completely change the way your grey roots blend into your overall look. When you shift to softer tones, your grey roots start blending in instead of sticking out. The harsh line that used to show up every time the light hit your scalp begins to fade, and your whole look becomes smoother and gentler. For many women over 50, this small color adjustment feels like a relief because it removes that constant reminder of regrowth. Choosing shades like a slightly lighter brown, a soft beige, a warm caramel, or even a cool ash melt creates a more natural flow from your grey roots down to the rest of your hair. These tones mimic the way grey hair reflects light, so everything works together instead of competing. The effect makes your hair appear fuller, healthier, and far more dimensional. It becomes easier to style and easier to maintain, which is something a lot of women appreciate as routines shift later in life. Lighter tones also bring a gentle lift to your overall appearance. They complement the softness that naturally comes as we age. Skin tone changes over time, and harsh colors can start to drag the face down. Softer shades brighten the complexion, give the face a little more light, and help features look refreshed. Many women describe it as feeling more like themselves again. Another benefit is the freedom from constant coloring appointments. Lighter shades extend the time between root touch-ups because the contrast is not as sharp. The regrowth line blends in, so you can enjoy your color longer without feeling like you are always covering something up. It feels more effortless and a lot less stressful. Now that the color shift makes the day-to-day feel lighter, it helps to look at the deeper reason many women choose this change. This part of the journey goes far beyond coloring hair. It becomes a moment to reconnect with how you see yourself and how you want to show up in the world. Your hair color routine is more than simple maintenance. It reflects how you grow, how you adapt, and how you redefine yourself at this stage of life. Many women over 50 start to feel a kind of silent pressure when the first strands of grey begin to show. It can feel like you are expected to keep looking like the woman you were 20 or 30 years ago, even when your life and your sense of self have changed. The truth is, your style has every right to evolve. Allowing that shift can feel incredibly freeing instead of stressful. Lightening up is not a sign of giving up on yourself. It is actually the opposite. It is choosing what supports and flatters your features right now. A deep shade that looked perfect at 25 might not complement your skin tone, your energy, or your lifestyle once you step into your 50s or 60s. Softer shades have a way of lifting the face, brightening the complexion, and creating a gentler, more modern look. You are not losing the identity you had before. You are choosing a color that celebrates the woman you have become. Updating your color can seem like a small adjustment, but it often brings a bigger and more emotional shift. Many women feel a sense of relief the moment the harsh contrast disappears. The lighter tones soften the entire face, and suddenly the whole look feels more polished without much effort. It can feel like reconnecting with yourself, especially if you have been coloring constantly for years, just to keep the dark roots from showing. A gradual transition tends to work best for most women. It gives you time to settle into the softer tones and see how they complement your features. Lightening the base little by little or adding blended highlights allows the grey to merge naturally without a dramatic jump in colour. This approach feels calmer, more natural, and easier to maintain. As the need for strict monthly touch-ups fades, you may notice that the emotional pressure of upkeep fades too. With each step, you gain a little more control over your routine, instead of feeling like you are always trying to keep up. This shift is not about following what everyone else is doing. It is about honoring your features, your lifestyle, and the comfort that comes with choosing what truly fits you. When your hair stops fighting against your natural grey, your whole appearance begins to feel more balanced. You look softer, more refreshed, and more aligned with the person you are today. With that sense of clarity, the next step is understanding the direction that will make your hair look its best moving forward. Once you understand how colour affects your grey roots and how softer tones can lift your entire look, the next step is figuring out what direction feels right for you. Moving forward is not about making a dramatic change overnight. It is about creating a plan that feels comfortable, realistic, and true to where you are in life. For many women over 50, this stage of the journey becomes surprisingly empowering. You start choosing what works for you instead of what you feel pressured to maintain. You stop chasing a color that no longer supports your features and begin embracing a shade that fits your lifestyle, your skin tone, and the kind of ease you want day to day. When that weight lifts, everything else feels lighter too. This new perspective often encourages women to rethink the way they approach beauty in general. Instead of focusing on covering or hiding, the goal becomes harmonizing. Your hair becomes softer, your routine becomes simpler, and your overall appearance feels more aligned with who you are now. Many women describe it as finally stepping into a look that matches the confidence and wisdom they have earned. Moving forward also means making choices that keep your hair healthy. Softer colors are typically gentler on the strands, and the reduced contrast helps you stretch out touch-up appointments. You gain more time, spend less energy maintaining strict schedules, and feel more relaxed about your appearance in between salon visits. It becomes a routine that supports your life instead of interrupting it. This phase is about embracing the future with a look that feels intentional and well-balanced. Your hair becomes an extension of your personality rather than something you constantly have to manage. The more aligned your color becomes with your natural tones, the more effortless your entire style feels. Lightening up, softening your tones, and embracing your natural shift can completely change how you feel about your hair. The more you lean into what truly fits you now, the more confident and refreshed your everyday look becomes. Your hair is allowed to grow and evolve right along with you, And this stage of life is the perfect time to let that happen in a way that feels easy and authentic. So, what color routine feels the heaviest to who you are now? And if this video helped you see your next steps more clearly, you will find this upcoming one just as helpful.